What's up, everyone? Hicksey Nana Podcast. Got Matt. We got Dave. We got Kelvin in the building. Kelvin, say hi to the people.
What's going on, folks, fellas, and friends?
All right. So today, just we don't got crazy guests today. Just Kelvin. A recurring guest. Yeah, he's been in and out.
Guest, I guess. So.
Yeah, he's always there.
Yeah, whenever no one's there, I'm just kind of brought in and just I talk and stuff. It's what you do sometimes.
Right. You sometimes just get
the team. Takes one for the team. That's what, come on, speak my mind. There's nothing much in here, but I speak what I have in here. So
Yeah. See, I think that's one thing that we've done pretty well so far in the podcast is talking.
Yes. A lot. Yeah,
we do.
Kind of what the podcast is about.
Oh, really? Oh.
What do you know? What a surprise.
So, anyone do anything interesting?
Today, I really didn't do anything.
Okay, David, do you know anything interesting?
Well, I went to church today,
Okay, so I guess I have to come up with the interesting story. Let's see, interesting. Woke up, ate some pancakes.
How was work? Wait.
Work? Well, nothing really happened.
Did you cook those pancakes yourself?
Oh, no, I didn't cook those pancakes. My mom did.
You're a cheater.
I am a cheater, pumpkin eater. And I also used the Aunt Jemima. I think my mom used the Aunt Jemima pre-made stuff.
Oh, you gotta cook yourself, man. You have to cook for yourself.
Well, what, Dave, are you Aunt Jemima, or what are you going with for the pancakes?
I thought you were talking about the pancake syrup. I think.
No, there's a mix.
Oh, I think we use the IGA one, right? That's what we have.
The IGA. No, IGA is.
So you guys have never had like homemade pancakes?
Not really, no.
No, not really.
You guys are gonna have to come over once. I think my mom hasn't made you like homemade pancakes before. Oh, because you guys don't ever sleep over.
Well, yeah.
Because you guys have to be home by 11 o'clock. I forgot about that.
We could fix that someday, but
maybe hopefully.
during the holidays.
So what is it with that? Why can't you guys ever like sleep over anywhere?
Our mother is strictly against that. Apparently.
Why is that, Dave?
We have a foreign mom, so like automatically that's kind of a disadvantage there. I mean, she's really strict with us. Like everything has to be according to her standards, or else we're like getting shipped back. So but I mean,
what's the thought process as to like not sleeping over someone's house?
I honestly don't know. I think she's afraid that like something bad will happen and like I would not be able to reach her. But like technology today makes it easier with the phone, so I could if something bad is going on, I just dial and 911 is also there too. So I don't understand why she doesn't want us to sleep over at people's houses. But again, hopefully in the future we could fix that problem because I'm like 19 now and freedom. So
hopefully fix that problem soon so we can actually kind of hang out and do stuff.
Because I mean, like everyone, like when we have our.
It seems like the fun always like starts when after we leave because everyone's just like there and hunkering down and just like it's when everyone is at their best. But we leave. And so we don't really get to like enjoy that time.
But honestly, like when you guys left yesterday, I mean,
Nothing
really happened. I mean, you guys stay until like 1 a.m, but I don't know. I find it would be like almost safer for you guys probably to sleep over at my house than have you guys drive out in like the middle of the night with all the drunks out there driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually saw 2 deers cross the road yesterday. And I saw a coming up to get my bag. A couple Bambis, Alex Tobos crossing the road, and I saw a possum too. So it's like
playing dead?
No, it wasn't. It just scurried across the road there. Like I saw it in the corner of my eye. I was like, I'm gonna slow down so I don't run this thing over. But you don't want to. Yeah, it's like a different setting, a complete setting when the sun goes out at night.
Nighttime driving is just, it's not something I look forward to doing. It's just because you can't really tell like the landmarks, everything's like kind of unfamiliar at night. it's really kind of scary in my opinion, honestly.
Now, I have a question for Matt. Since you've been driving longer than I have, what are some tips for? I mean, Kelvin is kind of
upcoming driver.
yeah, like an upcoming driver like Kelvin. What are some tips to successfully drive and peruse or parade traverse the terrains of Beacon Falls and wherever? What are some tips?
For nighttime driving, I mean, I think it kind of just goes with anything. You just have to practice. Like, you have to do a lot of it. Honestly, driving at night, I find it to be a little less stressful than during the daytime. Really? Just because, like, I know it's dark and stuff, but you got your high beams. Mm-hmm. So use your high beams as much as you can. That way it's nice and lit up right in front of you. Yeah. You know, clearly, you know, if you're tired or whatever, I wouldn't try to accelerate at, 90 miles an hour or whatever in the back roads. I would take it slow, and then, I find it weird, though. Once, like, you have, like you said, like, those deer encounters, mm-hmm. I think I had one. I was driving home, I think it was Nate and Jack during, after one of Jason's football games, mm-hmm. and I almost ran into 2 deer.
Oh, wow.
So I think it was in completely, like, separate areas, too.
Really? So deer kind of just, like, run across.
Yeah, it's almost like...
It's like they don't even care about their own survival.
Well, it is weird how it happened on that same trip. It's almost like they spawned there.
Yeah, maybe they're just like suicidal deer or something.
They just want to die. They hate their lives. But no, like, speaking of driving at night, though, I mean, like, yeah, I've been driving for like 3 months now. I've already encountered like 3 or 4 deers at nighttime. I also worry about, like, the people with, like, the super ultra high beams. It's practically they have, like, the sun in their...
Put the sun in front of their car. It just blinds you.
And I see past it. I have really sensitive eyes, so, like, that I can't see for, like, a couple of minutes. So
if you guys want advice for it, just drive slow when you see the high beams.
I usually do.
I wouldn't do this, but some people will, like, flash it back at them. Like, I wouldn't do that. Some people do.
Would you recommend wearing glasses? Or?
No, I mean, it depends. It's at night. I mean, some people do have, like, the night
there's
glasses.
Glasses, they're designed for nighttime driving. But
you should probably get those.
If you're bad at it, then
I'm not. It's not like I'm horrible at, like, driving at night. Just the lights. That's it. My eyes are just sensitive in nature, so, like, the least amount of, like, bright light will just completely mess up my visual setting. So
I think people should be more, like, courteous, and maybe if you see someone coming up, just, like, lower it, and then when you get past that person, you increase it back up. I think that should just be, like, a courteous thing to do, because you don't want to, like, blind someone and have them just, like, destroy their lives.
I mean, sometimes you just forget.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just, I'll do it, and the guy will go by me, and I'm like, oh, dude, and then you feel bad, and then when the next guy comes, you turn it off. It happens, but yeah, if you're just purposely, like, keeping your high beams on, and you know there's a car coming just to blind someone, then obviously you're an idiot.
Just, like, turn your like, low beams on, and might really see someone flash them.
My purpose in life is to destroy your eyesight at nighttime. That is probably some person's agenda for the night. But anyways, I mean, those were kind of some bad experiences for me. Well, some memories and just experiences. But speaking of that, the topic I came up with for today is any memories or any, like, past memories. Doesn't matter, cringy, fun, painful memories or whatever. Like, if you have anything in mind, just share it with everyone. And I think we'll go from, like, descend in order. So we'll start from youngest first. So we'll start from Kelvin and work our way up to the oldest person here, which is Matt, 20 years old man. He's practically in the grave. Might as well write your will.
The 20 years
might as well write your will. I mean,
Start
but yeah, I'll give it off to Kelvin. You can start off with the story.
Okay, so basically, right, this happened in Ghana, right? And my aunt took us to a hairdresser place. And, being the person I was, I didn't want to sit in that hairdressing place. So I went outside in the middle of the quote unquote road, which is just
road.
dirt, pretty much just dirt trails.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there playing with the sand, right? And this dude, this absolute mental specimen, sees me right in front of him, and he just decides to just run straight into me with his bicycle, right? It just mows me down, right? And he obviously he falls over because he had just an absolute specimen, right? He picked up his bicycle and just kept going while I was just on the floor, just like laid out, bleeding everywhere. It was a terrible experience.
What kind of bike was it?
I don't even know.
Was it like a bicycle, or was it like?
I don't even know. It was like a.
Was it like something I have, in the house, or like it was much more? I don't know. Like
It was like.
You were bleeding?
Yeah, it was like.
Wait, so how did he not fall over?
No, he fell over, and he just picked up his bicycle and kept going. Cause he didn't want to take responsibility.
How old was he?
I couldn't tell. He was probably like in his 20s, 30s.
Oh, so he was a grown man though.
Yeah, he was a grown man.
It wasn't like I thought it was.
It wasn't like some kid in my school was like, "Oh, I hate this
Personal
kid."
vendetta.
Yeah, it was just like trailing me and finding an opportunity to take me down.
So
or
he
something.
just ran you over.
Flat into me.
Let's talk about like what happened after with your lips there.
Oh, so I used to have semi-normal lips.
I mean, let me explain this part. Kelvin had no homo. Kelvin had really kissable lips. Like girls were practically begging him to like kiss them. Kelvin was just a stud back in the day, right? And then after this incident, like Kelvin, explain exactly what happened, like to you, like.
Oh, life was hell. No women were really like, hey.
What exactly happened to your lips? Like explain to what happened like the next day.
Well, you see, I was bleeding like profusely, and apparently just one side of my bottom lip swelled up, and it's bigger than the other. It's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know, and on the inside it feels like there's a little lump in there for some odd reason. I have no idea how that.
If we get that checked,
out.
it might be cancer.
It's definitely not cancer. It can't be cancer. I mean, how would it be cancer? But you never know, though. Well, that kind of just like messed up my face a little bit. Yeah.
I remember back in the day, we used to race bikes. Me, Jason, and my neighbor Connor, and we would race our bikes. And there was one time, for whatever reason, I had a wiffle ball bat, and I saw Connor coming down on his bike or something like that, and I wanted to see if I put the. I saw this in a movie where someone maybe they put a stick right between someone's motorcycle and flipped over and there was an explosion. So me being the mental master that I am was just I wonder if that'll happen if I do it to Connor. So of course me just excelling in life. Put the wiffle ball bat right in between his wheel. Connor flips over and he falls over his handlebars. I don't know.
Was this on pavement?
No, it was on grass.
Oh, okay, well, that's not bad.
And it was I remember specifically, it was on the border of this, because I used to have there were two sides to the house, so there was grass on each side. And we'd race around the house, and he was coming to the part where our driveway was. So we had just gone past the driveway, right to where the grass was. And I think I actually stuck the wiffle ball bat in an area where there was cement, but he ended up falling on the grass. So it was that close from him.
If he fell on pavement, he would have been gone.
Yeah, he probably would have lost all his teeth. And I don't I was thinking, what I used to do is every single time I'd get in trouble, I'd be oh, dude, come on, you're fine. Everyone kind of.
I think every child has done that before. I've heard him a couple of times now. Same thing too.
I don't know, maybe it wasn't as serious as a fall as I remember, but he got up. He didn't even tell his mom.
Wow.
Like I didn't get in trouble. It was, I don't know.
He's a champ. That man, I respect.
But like, were you out to kill him? Because that sounds like a pretty dangerous trap, dude. That's how you could kill someone.
I was being a mental mastermind, and I just wanted to see if it worked. So I did it, and it worked. I haven't done it since.
Man, but jeez, man, it's out here for blood, man. Out for blood. Well, I mean, since I guess we're all in the bicycle train here. Well, I mean, my story's not really that funny, but it was kind of weird. So at age 6, first of all, I got a bike. It was like it was a whole surprise. They were building up my grandparents. They were building up to the whole like bike reveal, so they had everything covered up. I thought it was a ghost because 6-year-old mind was like ghost. So so they were like, dude, I was freaked out. They were like, dude, come open this thing, come check this thing out. And I was just like really scared. I was overthinking everything. And then I finally opened it up, and it was a cool bike. It had a 2-wheel, the training wheels. Yeah, training wheels. And so first couple of weeks, obviously, I was struggling to ride the thing, even with the training wheels. Eventually, I got the hang of the training wheels, and then took the training wheels off, and I was actually pretty good at biking. So I'd go up and down the dirt roads, like pretty much dirt trails. Yeah, dirt trails for bowl around and all whatnot. And so I remember one time I was just riding around. I was riding my bike with my cousin or whatever, and again, this another guy too was on. Like I think he was either walking by or riding a bike or something. I don't know. Okay, so all of a sudden, I'm just out here minding my business, riding around, just having a good old time. This guy rips the biggest thing ass ever, dude. Oh my god! And so I'm out there just kid enjoying my life. All of a sudden, I get destroyed, bombarded.
Death.
It's reeked of probably the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life, dude. It was really, vile. I can't even think of words to describe how horrible this was, man. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to react. I was like.
Died inside.
Yeah, pretty much. That was on that day. Something died in me. So I've never been the same ever since that time. But man, that was just one of the worst experiences of my life. That was just a bad smell.
Dude just ripped it right in your face.
Not right in my face. It was walking by. I mean, it was
just a cloud of
I wonder if I have this theory that fat people can just fart on cue. You ever think of that? You kind of I think it.
You have to build up a fart, but I feel like they can just instantly just pop one out.
I don't know if it's all that gas building up.
I don't know.
I mean, they have all the I mean, first of all, their stomachs are probably a little bit more larger than the average person's. So it's they have all this substance in them, yeah, and also the foods you're probably eating are unhealthy. They have all this Cheetos and mixing everything up together because whatever, and so I feel it's they have all this build up in them. So they go in the bathroom and it's just death. It's like a symphony of death.
Pretty much.
Is could you guys can't do that on cue, right?
I cannot.
Can you guys burp on cue?
No, not really.
No, I can't.
You can't do it?
No, I can't.
I literally, my entire life, I don't know, that was kind of I remember being elementary school and stuff, that was very important.
Kelvin is burping on cue.
All right, Kelvin, we get it. You can burp on cue. There's a yes or no question.
Well, I was just testing it out,
You can burp on cue. I remember that being a big thing. I remember, I forget who it was, but they could burp out the alphabet.
That's impressive.
I think...
I couldn't, I wanted to do that so badly when I was a little kid.
I think if I wanted to, I could do that.
Yeah, I think
wanted to.
I can now too. I figure I want my entire life not being able to burp on cue, and before you know it,
it's a valuable life skill. Right there.
And I figured out how to do it. I think it was maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I figured out how to start burping on cue. And now it's a roll. If you start burping and on cue, people are just gonna be like, "All right, you're a gross weirdo." Maybe if I was back in like first or second grade,
Yeah, you'd probably be the coolest kid.
probably be an absolute stud.
Well, before when I drink milk, that's the only time I could like burp on pretty much on cue. And speaking of milk, like I don't know what happened, but like I used to drink a lot of milk, no problem. Like a lot of milk, no problem at all. And then up to like it was 2015 or 2016, the Christmas of 2016. After that year, all of a sudden I would drink milk and I'd feel like absolute death. I don't know what happened from that like span. Yeah, but like
It's very common.
yeah, but I thought lactose intolerance doesn't it start at like doesn't it start
I feel like that's something
like earlier?
that can grow over time, right? Is it? Lactose intolerance.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but anyways, yeah. Hold on. That's yeah. So anyways, yeah. All of a sudden, I can't drink milk anymore. For example, cereal. No, we have cereal in the mornings. For the longest time, I wasn't even able to eat cereal. And cereal is my favorite food, my favorite breakfast of all time. So what I do now is, I mean, it's gonna sound pretty disgusting. What I would do now is I would get again because where there's a will, there's a way, right? So you know, I'd get the bowl, I'd get the cereal and everything in there. I'd put a little bit of milk in there, like a tiny bit, and then put water in there. Put water, mix it up. Yeah, it sounds gross, but that's the only way I can eat cereal now. But did you find anything, Matt?
Yeah, apparently, theoretically, you can become lactose intolerant at any point. Like you said, you're right. It typically you get signs early on in life that you can't like eat any milk or dairy products, but people can get it in their teenage years or even in adulthood.
Yeah.
So it could be something that can build up over time. All it is. It's caused by a deficiency in the enzyme lactase in the inner lining of the GI wall. So
That is really quite unfortunate.
So I guess you can just become.
I mean, it's only
You can lose that enzyme at any time.
I hope I don't become lactose intolerant.
Kelvin drinks a lot of milk, so that would be devastating
I
to him.
live on milk.
Pretty much.
It used to be our go-to snack was the Oreo milk
I
combination.
can't have that anymore. That's so,
Warmed milk. Oof.
I can't. See, that pisses me off because I can't even do that anymore. Because if I do that, I'm just gonna feel like shit the whole time.
It was weird because I would give Dave the Oreos and milk, and he would. It's like I'll eat the Oreos, but leave the milk. I'm like,
Yeah, I thought exactly.
We didn't have like milk as a liquid in Ghana. It was kind of
This is
so how'd you get? What do you mean by you don't have it as a liquid?
it was powdered milk.
that's not bad.
Oh, so it was like confectionery, whatever, confectioners,
I don't know what that.
I don't know what that is, but it was just
powdered milk.
yes.
So what did you do? Like mix it with your water?
Yeah, and then just
that sounds.
That sounds terrible.
Hey, it was good. It was pretty good.
Did you guys not have any? Did you guys not have any cows in Ghana?
We did have cows.
An excess amount of cows. Cows would pass by in our property like more times than I could count.
And they just like
I guess that's kind of like a poor man's kind of, because I guess milk you have to go to the grocery store, like the actual grocery store, and that it costs a little bit more money. But powdered milk was much cheaper. You could find it anywhere in supermarkets and like mini markets and all that stuff.
No, we didn't have we didn't have like Adams or whatever like ShopRite or stuff like that. It was more like open air markets where you just go, you find your vendors and you just buy stuff from them. It wasn't like let's go to the meat aisle or the protein.
Point is if you wanted to get like liquid milk, you'd have to go to like a pretty like ShopRite. We had a ShopRite in Ghana, so you have to go in there, and then it was a little bit more heftier because it's much more. I guess the process was, I don't know, but
was it like $1 more? Or was it like like how much more?
I don't remember, man. It's been a while. It's been 7 years since I've been out of there, but I know it's a little bit more heftier in terms of pricing, but. I mean, yeah, that's the reason why. But no, but back to the whole milk thing though, Kelvin. It wasn't because of that. It was because like all of a sudden before I would drink milk and cookies perfectly fine.
He would drink milk. He would drink Oreos and milk used to be our go-to snack.
And then all of a sudden, like after like 2016, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I would die. So I just ate the Oreos and just.
But is it just milk or is it there's dairy products in particular?
Ice cream? Can you eat ice cream?
Yeah, I can eat ice cream fine. I guess it's just milk, like in its purest form.
That's weird.
So I think Kelvin might be actually right because you're just not used to drinking the normal.
I don't know.
USA brand milk.
I don't know. Could be that.
I mean, I know you're crapping on powdered milk, but it actually isn't that bad.
It's interesting that you guys like. I thought you would have a milkman. Like back in like the 70s, 60s, there used to be a milkman, and the milkman would just make a delivery to your house.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, I actually kind of want that to come back.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring the milkman back. Let's get some jobs going.
It's a pretty simple job, and all he has to do is go to the farm,
drop the milk, and you're good to go.
drop off the milk.
Honestly, I'm bored with this idea now, Matt. I think I like where you're going with this. Let's just make it happen.
Let us just become milkmen.
You know, I think because the milkman would actually show up daily. Because think about it, they didn't have electricity. So they didn't have refrigerators, so milk would go bad quicker. Now you can keep it in the fridge, and so I guess it's kind of, you don't really need a milkman. But I kind of like the idea of the milkman like knocking at your door, like, hey, it's the milkman.
It's the milkman.
For empty bottles, and they just take it. And
Yes.
The simpler times.
I love the simpler times. Honestly, that. Honestly, bring that back. Screw fridges. Let's break all fridges and let's get everything back to how it was, the status quo.
Yeah, and it was just like one thing. Like, I work at a grocery store, so I know the milkman very well. But he brings it all in like bulk, and you just don't have that same relationship.
Yeah, you know,
if
don't have that,
just getting that single glass of milk every day is like, hey, boom.
Also, it kind of teaches you to cherish things a little bit more, because even if you run out of milk that day, I mean, you have to wait till the next day to get milk, and you know.
It's true. True. The milkman. What a career that had to have been.
That would be my dream career if I lived back in that time.
It would be a milkman. Prime example. Milkman. That's actually pretty.
And they wore like a white on white. Being a milkman for whatever reason. That's
so hyped
milkmen are probably the cream of the crop back then.
Literally. I'm so hyped now. We should bring that back.
No, but I wonder, like, since you only got like a single glass of milk each day, like, how would that?
Well, not a single. It wasn't like a single glass. It would come in a nice. It would come in a nice big glass container.
Yeah, glass container of milk. I feel like that would create like like your brother did something bad to you that day, so you're just gonna drink all of his milk and he doesn't get any.
Or you get all the milk and you like give it to maybe like your cat, or you just like dump it.
Yeah.
Like you get your fair share of milk, but your brother wakes up late. It's like, where'd all the milk go? It's like,
I drink it all.
no, I don't know. You know, mom had a bake that day or whatever.
But anyways.
Yeah. So, well, this was definitely our most out there podcast.
Yeah, interesting.
Didn't really stick on one subject.
Hey.
We didn't really know what we were doing, but made it happen.
Yeah, this is kind of a new podcast, so we're just learning as we go along. So we're gonna get better eventually, but for now we're just gonna mess around and figure it out from there.
Any last words, guys?
No.
All right, guys. To those who listen, thank you very much for the support. Again, subscribe, because if you subscribe, YouTube will finally allow me to make my own URL. I could post it on, and when I get the URL, I can post it on like different sites, like different Audible sites, like Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. So just subscribe and help support us so we can get a little bit bigger. And we'll bring you more content. All right, see ya.